Hello, my name is Yasmin Albatoul, a photographer from Algeria, specifically from Batna. My name is Yasmin Albatoul, a photographer from Algeria, specifically from Batna. I'm 26 years old and I study psychology PhD degree in Sétif. As a photographer, I started my career when I was 17 years old, when I won a competition for kids from Jazeera Al-Atfal TV channel, and I took a second place winner. Back then, I got a camera as a prize, and for me it was a huge chance to practice more and more and to develop my skills. The great thing was it was more to discover myself than to work on it. I discovered my real hobbies. I spent a lot of time checking YouTube channels, tutorials, reading books and magazines, and a lot of practice. So my start was with the simple things, some books, some coffee, food, flower from my house garden, After 4 years, I got my first pro camera, 600D with standard lens, 18-55mm. So my start was with the simple things, some books, some coffee, food, flower from my house garden. After 4 years, I got my first pro camera, 600D with standard lens, 18-55mm. So one day she decided to send me, and yeah, what a motivation, great chance again and again for my career and for my start to move on and on. The photography after that, it became a passion and not just a hobby. I felt like it's a necessity in my life to develop, to stay away from studies pressure. I found peace in this passion. That's why I couldn't stop. After that, I started receiving calls to work as a freelancer for events, restaurants and stores. And then I started my career and started my savings and buying more and more equipment.
The bread and مخبز scene. In the splash shooting for bread scene, we didn't need much equipment, but only simple things which can make us have high quality pictures. We spread the bread with the flour after I fixed it on the support. Then after that, I took a lot of pictures using continuous shooting in the camera settings. What I can tell you today is, like, always think all outside the box. Everything you need is around you. You just need to focus and make it happen.
From that, I got offers from national and international companies and restaurants. They were saying, "We like what you do," and that I'm from Algeria, because this kind of picture was rare and new a bit here. In reality, I don't know if there was much of photographers using the same way as mine, but in my start, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like today. It was only for wedding events or photojournalism. When I began, me and my clients were satisfied with the results, because I spent a lot of time finding different ideas for food photography.
The مقروض sin, as we say in Nigeria. I choose in this part the famous traditional Algerian sweet, with its amazing taste and its incredible shape and colors. Personally, I got inspiration with this kind of product. This work, it was for a customer request. Then I wanted to picture it
as a static picture so I can show its beauty. For the installation I used a holder, honey, and I think it was an amazing choice. To be honest, to work like a photographer, it seems like fun, good and attractive, because I receive a lot of Instagram and Facebook messages that they want to become a food photographer. In fact, it's not that easy, because it's much bigger than this. We need a lot of studies to reach that level for client satisfaction. It's not holding a camera and picture of food, but it needs a previous plan. Like me personally, I don't just take picture, also I prepare scene, cook food, prepare light tools, lens I need in this picture, because it depends on corner, 0, 45 degrees and food style. So everything depends on me and how to choose background, choose tools to get the final picture and good results. So basically I do everything from getting a customer an idea till final good results and prices. So get everything you need and prepare the whole thing in a perfect way, and make sure you present it in a natural way so you can attract the viewers and you can feel content that you made it right. Usually in food photography everything is static, so adding some movement makes the eye want this food. For equipment I use light tools and camera tools, of course, and some accessories to help me get what I want, especially I do everything alone. First, I used Canon 5D Mark IV, 50mm 1.8 and 100mm 2.8 lens, but usually I also use company's equipment, and of course it's a good opportunity to get more experience. For light, natural light can give us feeling that picture is more real, but you always need light tools in case you're working at night. and you'll get a chance to play and get the kind of light that you want.
Picture you want to have, it has to be perfect from every angle. So to justify camera and flash, the photographer has to know shutter speed, lens and their role. Also, he has to know about the ISO and the right number for it. You have to work on a lot of things, like white balance, focus point according to your flash. The egg scene. Today I started my day with photography workshop for my client, which is flying eggs. Using so many steps, and the first one was to prepare the light tools, tripod and flash. Then fixing the pan and the support. I found some difficulties with fixing, because usually in this kind of photography it's a must to fix your tools to avoid usual work accidents. I prepared my camera with the tripod so I can take continuous shooting in the same frame all together. In this flash technique or flying food technique, I needed to use the famous free app Camera Connect from Canon, so I can connect my phone with my camera to take pictures without any help. So I want to thank Canon for this amazing app, because it's like the perfect assistant for me.
In food photography, you also have to carefully choose background and colors to attract people, because they are the main goal. Focus on small details and different things that we can't see in our daily life. So more you're close to its details, the more you can succeed. As a photographer, you have to know about every technique in your camera, so you can mix your knowledge in the picture, bring life to it, and make a difference. I always say to myself, I have to be more than good enough in my passion. And let's say, for example, pasta dish. You can find it always everywhere, but given the client that he's looking at pasta for the first time in his life, it's really something special. Give time to your picture, practice and do more for it. I did it in my tea picture and it worked. I took my time and I added a lot of different ideas. So in a specific way, I studied every single small ideas, without forgetting Photoshop skills. And finally, I did participate in an international competition. It's called Stay at Home competition. And I won with a different picture in a different time, so I'm so proud that I did it. My advice to everyone who wants to become a food photographer: focus, study and practice everything about photography. Lens, light, camera you use and how to set it up. Choose the right tools, nice background and the right utensils. Avoid shiny things. Also, the way you organize things, it matters. For example, using individual stuff, so it's a kind of relaxing for client eye. For example, using individual stuff, so it's a kind of relaxing for client's eyes. So study and practice a lot, and why not to be a professional? Work on yourself and think just how to reach your goal.
Coffee picture with steam light painting. We use light painting technique in so many different ways. I use this technique in food photography.
The speed light is one of the most important components because it has a big role in catching light and make the picture exactly the same like our imagination. In fact, photography is equal to light because if you can understand light, it means that you can understand almost the whole thing. Plus the speed light, which can give you creativity. You can find the light painting technique a lot in street light photography and night photography, and even a lot of artists use it. So we found it in portrait photography, product and food. The slow exposure photography needs essential equipment, which is tripod, because any vibration you do, it can be shown in your picture and it's a false picture. The slow shutter can give us a chance to travel in the imagination world. So you can imagine something and the camera will surprise you by picturing it. Watch backstage and you'll know more how it went.
I use this technique in food photography. That I captured the steam from hot coffee. I was imagining that the steam is like a light going out from a coffee. Then I want to apply slow shutter to do light painting technique. I used in this picture Canon 5D Mark IV camera with 100mm f2.8. What I can say about this picture details: Aperture 8, ISO 100 and its shutter speed 1/5 seconds. About light, I use flash ISO so I can get a sharp photo, and about light painting, I use light emission diode and I played on it to make it like a steam going out from it. And finally I got this wonderful result. The advice here for you is always try to use other photography technique in food photography. Don't use what's only special for it. Mix your knowledge and be confident and trust your choice. Fruit picture. Sometimes we can make a fake splash, or it means without using splash technique. In this picture, I used camera R with 24 RF 105mm as a lens. Its aperture it was 7.1 and shutter speed 1/100 second and ISO 100. Behind the scene, I prepared my fresh fruit with nice colors and attractive colors. I choose orange, lemon, pear, red grapes and finally mint for a color harmony with blue background. I added some drop of water to give some feeling of fresh so I can make the viewers thirsty. I fixed fruits with small toothpicks to make it in a good shape, and I fixed all together in one fork. When I started shooting this picture, I got a lot of focus. The first point of focus, it was on the orange. The second one, it was on the pear. And the last one, on the lemon. In the focus storage technique, I used more than 4 pictures. And finally, I got it as you can see it. Soup splash scene. For this image, I made it with a camera R24 105mm RF, ISO 200, its shutter 1/162nd. ISO 200, its shutter 1/160. ISO 200, shutter speed 1/162nd, and the aperture f6. I got my idea from pumpkin season in Nigeria. I got the inspiration from its wonderful yellow color. To make a pumpkin soup and the start, I took a normal picture, but I didn't had a lot of likes. So that's why I wanted to add some movement, so I said to myself, do it with a normal spoon and make it splash like a splash scene. I finally got what I was imagining. As an advice, don't accept the first picture. Always develop it with different lens and different corners. Advices. Sometimes I get my inspiration from movie or music, sometimes from stores after watching so many colors, and even from a calm walk outside. For me, inspirations are something very important to make you staying outside from your comfort zone. It moves you to take risk and try everything you see or what you think about. As I said, the light is so important in food photography. The best light that you can depend on is the natural light, like the sunlight coming from your window or a balcony. It will be perfect for attractive picture. When we talk about food photography, we have to focus on every detail. For example, for light here should be from behind or from sides. If you want to get perfect light, you can follow these steps. First, choose carefully the right time and place for light inside your house, because for sure it depends on time and place. Second, choose sunlight for your dish picture, so you can get enough light. And think about the diffuser and the reflector. The diffuser used to reduce the intensity of light falling on food. It can be a white chiffon or a window curtains, or even a butter paper on your window glasses. And you can also won't need a diffuser if light is not severe. Whenever I think of a useful photography tip, I always write it down. A few of them are so important that I try to tell them to as many photographers as possible. So you, as a beginner, use the camera you already have. Camera gear is not all that important. There are countless cameras, lenses and other accessories on the market today. We spend a lot of time reviewing them at the Photography Live. And it's true that some are better than others. But once you've tested enough of them, the real takeaway is that pretty much everything today is excellent. The differences are almost always minor, especially at the given price. So use the camera you already have. The dynamic in the picture, or adding a life to the pictures. You can add a human touch in the image. Why do we add a hand or both hands in food pictures? That this addition often creates a dramatic and dynamic sense in the picture, such as adding life to the image, and adding a message in the picture. For example, a person eating food, we only need a hand carrying part of food, or someone who prepares food, a person who eats food. Every movement here is a message that gives the viewer an idea of what is happening in the picture, any process or any step of food preparation. The movement in the picture makes a difference in photography, because the movement attracts the viewer's eye more than normal pictures in which there is no type of movement. You can visualize the hands, and the whole person can be photographed according to the subject of the image and according to the style of the photographer. One of many questions I receive, usually, is how do I start? My environment is not conducive to photography.
I can tell you that the photographer who makes the difference. How is that? Being a beginner hobbyist or even a professional photographer, not given to your mind excuses. So, if you keep saying, I do not have equipment, there are no people I photograph, my area doesn't have much nature, I do not have a camera, and so on. Many such excuses are the reason for your staying at the same level. Do you like photography? Of course yes, but I don't know where to start. Get up now and immediately take a picture. Really crazy. If you don't, then you are a person who loves procrastination, and this often it's not a good sign for your success in the future. So yeah, go and take a picture. If you have a camera, go and take a picture that you want to capture. The opportunity has come to you now. So go and take your picture, even if you don't have a camera, you have a phone. It depends on you. Do you know that today phone photographers compete with camera photographers in international competitions? And what prevents you from taking picture, from taking your shot? I love nature and there is no nature. I see that anyone can find an idea that suits to his surrounding conditions. If we surrender because we want to photograph the sea while we live in the desert, this is the biggest mistake and the biggest failure. Think carefully and observe your environment well, and for sure you will find something worth to make you start. Get inspiration from what you have and never stop.
I hope that the video can help, and thanks for watching.